High School. He is District 4.
Yeah, Larry Magi is an appropriate guy to officiate. He's a Pennsylvania State policeman.
Fick is in blue. Actually, he's got the red ankle band. And he is, in fact, the red wrestler here. And going in deep on the leg is John Hughes to start the match.
The ninth grader scores the takedown and takes a 2-0 lead.
Let's go, son. Let's go, son.
I haven't seen him wrestle, of course, but this year. But the ability of a ninth grader to get to this point in this kind of a tournament, you have to say this young man is a marvel. 33, 2-1.
Face that direction.
He's meeting a wrestler. Joe Fick has won 104 matches in his career and has lost 19.
Okay, you set? Top man, hold tight. Okay,
the advantage position to John Hughes, but again, we remind you that riding time is of no significance in high school championship matches.
What's that?
I'd like somebody to show me a ninth grader who's stronger than this guy in this America.
Neutral one.
Larry Magi, M-A-G-G-I, is the official on the mat.
Good
Larry
hit.
Guno and Bob Welty are the mat judges.
Fick, after getting that point, now moves aggressively to the head.
In the center, both up. In the center, men.
That word "man" is not a misnomer as applied to John Hughes.
In this weight class, Eric Knowles of Athens was
Inside,
6th place
inside.
winner. Joel Easter of Bedford High, 5th. Tim Tanner of Lampeter Strasburg was 4th. Kyle Cheza of Hickory was 3rd. And Fick and Hughes battling for the title with a half a minute to go in the first period.
Cheza was a champion last year, Shell, so it shows you that there's no certainty here with everybody across the board able to win. Good move in and a good whizzer by Joe Fick to counter Hughes. But I notice Hughes comes very, very hard. As you see the Larry Wildermuth, the Ole Valley coach, encouraging the senior Fick to take charge here after being hit with an early takedown. There's an underhook.
Inside, man, inside.
Pull on the arm, turning, looking to dump him. A little lateral drop here.
Off the mat, period concludes, and it's a 2-1 lead for John Hughes, the freshman
green
from
choice.
Benton.
Green defers to red.
Big
Red
crowd
choice.
once again
Red
at the
takes down.
Hershey Park Arena.
Deferral by Hughes.
Nelson Fritz on the screen. He, of course, coaching this young Benton wrestler.
Maybe that's the whole secret. The coach looks like he's 18.
I think he got the Coach of the Year award, if I am
He did.
not mistaken, at the beginning of this tournament.
He looks like he's 18. He's got a ninth grader who looks like he's 22.
That's it.
It's the water in Benton.
1,
These kids are good.
2, 1, 2.
The counting by referee Magi
Let's go inside, fellas. Let's
is
work.
to indicate to the wrestler that
Inside.
he's got 5 seconds to bring him back to the mat. Man stands up. You must move to bring him back to the mat. And
Okay,
Hughes was
way.
working on the thigh and on the ankle, trying to just trip up Fick and bring him back down.
Check. Top man.
Bill Keem points out an interesting sidebar, Marvin, that John Hughes' identical twin brother, Russ, finished 3rd at 119 in this tournament.
Would you like to
both come out and drive somebody bananas, I suppose.
You could
switch
interchange.
weights, and I'm not feeling too good, Russ. You want to go out there and wrestle for me? I don't know if anybody would even know it.
How'd you like to be downstairs when the two of them decide to just, say, well, I'd like to try this out, as the furniture comes crashing to the end.
Larry Wildermuth is the head coach that was on your screen a moment ago from Ole Valley. He is Joe Fick's coach.
Nice move by Hughes. Works across, tries to split the arms now. He's looking to bar up.
1,
Tough crossface.
2, 3.
He's got him. He's parallel to him.
6. It's on 7. First warning, bottom man. First warning, bottom man.
Stalling call on the bottom man right now. warning.
Referee Magi counting for the bottom man. So there's a sit out trying to turn. Hughes kept the arm. His control of the right wrist was very strong there. Kept that off.
Let's work it, man. Let's work, man. Let's work. Found one.
And off they go with 31 seconds to go here in the second period of the PIAA AA championship round at 112 pounds. District 3's Joe Fick and District 4's John Hughes. District 3 represented by the counties in south central Pennsylvania: Lancaster, Lebanon, Dauphin, Juniata, Perry, Cumberland, Adams, and York. They are the District 3 schools.
Had some great wrestlers who've come out of District 3 over the years, some of the finest.
And of course, District 4 represented by the north central counties: Northumberland, Montour, Union, Snyder, Columbia, Sullivan, Lycoming, Potter, Tioga, and Bradford, the hunting country, or hunting counties.
This Hughes is a tough cookie. He rides well, his balance is good, he follows well. Period ends. We checked on it. Benton is 16 miles. Our efficient staff tells us 16 miles directly south of Bloomsburg as the crow flies. And it's 2-1 right now for the Benton orange and black-clad wrestler, 9th grader John Hughes.
Okay, you set?
Third and final period here, and it's a tight match. John Hughes, a freshman. There aren't too many freshmen who have become PIAA champions and had a shot at doing it 4 years in a row.
2 of them were who?
That's Hughes.
Well, that's Sandy Snyder. Sandy, you know who those people are. Who are some of those 4-timers? We know. We just want to see if John knows.
2-1 lead, and the legs going in now for Fick. He's going to try that approach.
Well, we know some that's won a few. I mean, Jack Kubo won a few. Bobby Weaver.
Let's go in the center.
It's an interesting
couple of fair country wrestlers from eastern Pennsylvania.
Couple of fair country wrestlers. See if Fick tries to go with the legs again, whether Hughes understands countering those legs.
There you see Mike Lieberman, and as many of you may or may not know, Mike Lieberman was inducted into the 1988 Hall of Fame prior to the AA match this evening. Attended Allentown Central Catholic High School, Blair Academy, and of course at Lehigh University. He won 2 EIWA titles and placed in the NCAA championships twice. And then of course he was the 177-pound titleist 1 year. And Michael still resides in Allentown, and we're pleased that he was welcomed in as a member of the Hall of Fame, along with Charlie Bartlett, the former great Saucon Valley High School wrestling coach. So 2 Lehigh Valley young men inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Now they've just warned John Hughes, who leads 2-1. The bottom man leads. The man in the blue on the top trails 2-1, but he's got to aggressively go for points. He could probably ride Hughes out in this period, but there's no benefit to it to him. The only thing Hughes has to do at this point is to start moving. He's got to start making the moves. He made 4 or 5 moves.
And if he does get out, then of course the takedown for the tie becomes mandatory, and that's just what he has in mind. But I don't know if he's out yet. He's not.
Tough move to the mat, but that isn't going to help Fick. Stunned
and
Hughes.
I think Hughes may be shaken up by going down to the mat. The official, Larry Magi, was checking with one of the mat judges as to whether that was a slam, but it was not. They all seem to agree that it was legitimate.
Yeah, there's the popular misconception, which Larry is always fond of explaining, is that it isn't that you have to have your knees to the mat before the man comes down, or there's no technical basis for bringing the man to the mat. It is the method in the judgment of the officials whether or not you have overdone bringing him to the mat illegally, thus slamming him, or with disregard to him, or with an intent to injure. If in the judgment of the officials that's the case, it's different. Plainly Hughes is up again and ready to go. He's gotten a little rest, and I think you'll see him come firing across right now.
He's leading in the match by a score of 2-1. The freshman with an opportunity.
Okay, you set?
Fick, if he doesn't get it now, should let him up. Because he's not going to turn him. He's tried to Turk him once. He's worked on the legs with him. He just isn't able to hit this. This kid is too strong just to turn from a basic position. See Hughes coming around now. He's got that little energy burst, and he's seen a weakness coming up over the head. Fix hanging on, but he's behind. He's got to let him go. He's got to get out of there. Now it's a takedown contest. 8 seconds, 7.
3-1 lead for John Hughes.
That's over.
And he is. And we have a freshman champion, the PIAAs.
Listen to this crowd.
And so the team champions, Benton High School, they are already the team titleists. Just add some frosting to the cake with a 3-1 victory by John Hughes over Joe Fick of Ole Valley.
Well, we said at the beginning of the broadcast,